You're a senior, right?
Yeah.
Don't you want to see some things change at school?
Yeah, sure, lots of things.
Well, you should tell Mr. Dormer at the listening.
I heard he's coming to every school.
Yep, he sure is. And if you want to learn more about it, tune into this next interview.
Hi, I'm Maya. Today I'm here with our superintendent, Mr. Dormer. We're going to be talking about something new that's starting called listening tours. Hi, how are you?
I'm great, Maya. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Thank you. You too. Can you just tell us what a listening tour means?
So I had this idea that one of the things that when I became superintendent that I want to really prioritize is feedback. One of the ways I think that as an organization you get better is to get feedback on how you're doing. And the key way to do that is to listen to people. So one thing I wanted to start with was to get feedback from some key groups, from students, from our parents and community members, and from our staff. So I've already kind of started a mechanism with our students where I meet with high school student council quarterly and come in and, and just really say, what is it, what's important to you guys, what's going on, what can we do better? What are some things on your radar? And I think there's been some great dialogue with the students, and there's been some very deliberate things we've been able to take action on from a district level. Or I've been able to work with Mr. Roth to try to get things going. So really, my concept of a listening tour is just taking this to the next step or next level, which was I really need to hear from our teachers and from our staff. One of the disadvantages to being down here in the administration building is I'm not in the schools every day, and I can't be in every school every day. And when I am, I feel like I'm there for short periods of time. And while I see great stuff, I see people working hard, I see great lessons, I see lots of learning, lots of things we can be proud about. I don't get to see everything about everything. And the idea of the listening tour, at least, in this first wave, is for me to sit down and just have conversations with staff about how are things going. What are things we're doing well? What are things we could do better so that we can get feedback so that we can continually improve as an organization?
Did you get this idea from anywhere in particular?
It's kind of a morph of something that I had seen. I previously was a principal in Oxford Area School District, and our superintendent did a version of this where, again, he came and again, just sat and listened to people. And the feedback that I got from the staff was that they appreciated that not everybody has, has access to the superintendent all the time, and they felt it was just nice to have an opportunity to get a direct connect with the person that's the leader of the school district. So kind of took that idea and morphed it a little bit. The scale of this is bigger because we're more than double the size of Oxford, but to me it was something that again was a priority of mine as we look to just increase communication, try to showcase what we are, and again, try to reconnect with a sense of team and family. It was important for me to have the opportunity to talk with everyone directly that works for the school district.
Has this ever been done at Norristown before?
I don't think it has been. We're also coupling this with another piece that's going to be coming for students and staff and parents that we're going to be actually asking everyone to complete what really is just a perceptional survey. We're just a short list of questions. How do you feel? Just about a variety of topics that again will give us feedback. But so the feedback I got from my team here is we haven't done even that kind of survey, paper electronic, in probably 8 or 10 years. So to me, it was important. I think the time's right with me coming on as a new leader to gather as much information as I can, and again, just see where people are at in terms of are they happy here? Do they feel good about our schools? And if not, why? What are some things that we can do to improve?
Can you take us through how the day's going to work? Like, how are you going to be talking to the staff?
Sure. So really, I wanted to be as kind of open and as unstructured as possible, because the last thing I wanted to do, I don't think, let me take a step back. I feel like if I came in with a set way that I wanted to do it, I'm potentially limiting the feedback that I would get. So honestly, I just asked the principals in all 12 schools, and I'm going to go visit all 12 schools. I'm going to be there for the entire kind of staff work day. I asked them to put me in a conference room. I'm bringing snacks, and I'm just have the availability for any staff member whenever they're able to come in, sit down, and talk about whatever they want to talk about. If they have concerns about anything, to talk about the concerns. If they want come in and say what a great job either I'm doing or the principal's doing or the staff's doing, great. Like, I want to hear the good. I want to hear, the areas of concern. And, again, give me information that's going to help move us forward. But I don't want to try to limit what that is. So I've told people they can come in individually. If they want to come in with a group, they can come in with that. Like I'm almost envisioning it in elementary school. Sometimes grade level teams typically have a period off together or 2 periods off together. If they want to come in as a second grade team and talk collectively, great. I'll happily meet with whoever. So again, I really didn't want. Now I'm going to come with a couple questions if they don't know where to start. But really, it's just going to be those kind of open-ended questions, like tell me some really good and positive things about your time here in Norristown. Tell me, if there's one thing you could fix tomorrow that makes your life better as a teacher, what would it be? Tell me some things that how am I doing as superintendent? I've been focused on this, and this. Do you feel that people listen? Do you feel? So again, I'm going to come with some open-ended things, but I'm not going to start there. I'll use them if I need to stir along the conversation a little bit, but I want this to be whatever the teacher, I want the experience to be for them what they want it to be. I want them to get the most out of it. And to do that, I feel like I need to give them the ability to structure and control the conversation. Or, like you said, really it's just a listening tour. I really just want to take things in. I'll interact, but again, I don't want to sit there and dominate with my thoughts or those things unless they ask.
What's the time frame that you'll be visiting all the schools?
Sure. So I'm trying to get it done before we get into June. So again, right now I have 12 full days scheduled. I'm actually starting up at Norristown Area High School on April the 24th. I will be at Roosevelt campus on Friday the 26th, and then I have days scattered throughout May when I'll see all of our middles and all of our elementary schools. And then I have one more day to schedule, which is the staff up here at the administration building. Even though I'm up here every day when we're all in the hustle and bustle of our jobs, people don't always get the chance to come up and sit down. And again, tell me what's good, what do we need to work on, how are we doing either individually or as an organization. So again, I want to hear from all staff. And then hopefully from there, if we get success with this, how can I scale it up and do more student talks? How can we do more town halls with our parents and our community members? So, but right now I felt just where we are, it was very important for me to start with our staff and give them the opportunity to, again, just communicate to the superintendent who wants to listen.
Once you get feedback, what are you going to do with it?
So a couple things. I think, as we go into summer, administrators are here all 12 months. You students go away for the summer. Teachers have some time off. But we really try to spend the summer months, June, July, and August, setting our path forward for the next school year. So I wanted to kind of drive the goal setting that, we'll do as a district, and as also the goal setting that we'll do at the building level. All of our schools have to write school plans for because we're Title I schools. I want the information to, as I share it out with the leadership team, to have that information drive those plans. So again, it's just not going to be me sit and listen and do nothing with it. We want to be very deliberate and actionable towards our goal setting, and again towards the plans that we're going to implement both this year, or should say. Next school year, but also hopefully over the next 3 to 5 years.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just I'm really looking forward to getting to spend time individually with everybody. I hope every single one of our staff members takes the opportunity to come sit and interact with me, and I'm ready to listen.
I'm Maya, here with Mr. Dormer, and we talked about listening tours. Back to the host.